For centuries, pearl necklaces have symbolized timeless elegance. But how are these ocean-born treasures formed? Each pearl takes years to develop, starting with careful cultivation and the slow buildup of lustrous nacre, a perfect blend of nature and craftsmanship. This process holds many secrets. Join us as we explore the fascinating journey behind the world's most treasured pearls. Pearls are among the rarest and most captivating gems on Earth. In nature, only 1 in 10,000 oysters produces a perfect pearl, making them incredibly valuable. Pearls are nature's ocean-born treasures, glowing in shades of white, black, gold, pink, and blue, each a masterpiece shaped by time and the sea. Now let's dive into the fascinating process of pearl cultivation, where nature and human care work together to create these luminous treasures. Unlike wild oysters, farmed pearl oysters are carefully nurtured in indoor hatcheries under controlled conditions. They are fed nutrient-rich microalgae to ensure healthy growth and optimal pearl formation. This environment protects them from predators and harsh weather, allowing farmers to monitor their development closely. Selecting healthy oysters is crucial for cultivating high-quality pearls. Farmers carefully examine each oyster, choosing only those with strong shells, good genetics, and resilience to disease. Then, farmers carefully implant a tiny bead or tissue graft into the oyster's soft tissue, triggering it to secrete layers of nacre, the same shimmering substance that lines its shell. Over time, these layers build up, slowly transforming the irritant into a luminous pearl. Once oysters reach a certain size, they are transferred to the open sea, where the natural environment provides ideal conditions for pearl formation. The gentle ocean currents, stable salinity, and rich nutrients help them develop thicker, more lustrous nacre, resulting in high-quality pearls with exceptional brilliance. The pearl harvesting process begins when oysters reach 2 to 4 years of age. This is a crucial moment, as the quality and beauty of the pearls depend on the careful extraction process. After harvesting, the oyster's soft tissue is carefully removed. The tissue is then ground and sifted to extract any hidden pearls. Meanwhile, the leftover oyster meat doesn't go to waste. It can be frozen and used as nutrient-rich feed for fish. The pearls undergo a final cleansing process, removing any remaining residue and bringing out their natural brilliance. After harvesting, experts carefully evaluate each pearl's size, shape, and radiant luster, meticulously sorting them by quality. Only the most flawless and luminous pearls earn their place in high-end jewelry collections. The pearls then go through the crafting process based on their designated design. Skilled artisans carefully drill precise holes into the pearls, ensuring their integrity while preparing them for jewelry. Some are expertly strung into elegant necklaces and bracelets, while others are set into rings, earrings, or even luxurious crowns. Each piece is crafted with precision, allowing the pearls to retain their natural beauty while harmonizing with the finest metals and gemstones. Once completed, these exquisite pearl creations are delicately packaged, ready to be admired and cherished. Finally, the pearls make their way to jewelry stores around the world, where they captivate collectors and fashion lovers alike. A single strand can take years to perfect, as jewelers carefully match pearls by size, color, and luster. With the industry thriving, pearls remain a timeless treasure. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the fascinating world of pearls. See you next time. Spiky, dangerous, and seriously furious. That's probably how you'd describe a porcupine, right? But what if I told you there's a whole other side to these creatures? Because in some parts of the world, they're actually being farmed, and the Chinese can make $20 million from breeding porcupines. Prepare to be surprised, because porcupines, they're way more valuable than you think. Raising porcupines might be easier than you think. Some even say it's simpler than farming pigs. These hardy creatures don't require complex housing setups. A spacious, unfloored earthen enclosure is often enough to keep them comfortable. However, porcupines are naturally curious and quite the escape artists, so proper reinforcement is key. Strong barriers and secure fencing help ensure they stay safely inside. With minimal upkeep and the right precautions, porcupine farming can be both manageable and rewarding. Since porcupines prefer a mix of light and dark areas, their enclosures should provide both shaded spots and open spaces, avoiding direct sunlight, while also offering protection from rain. With the right setup, these enclosures create a stress-free environment where porcupines can thrive, making farming them much more efficient and manageable. Farmers use spray paint to mark porcupines for easier tracking and management. White porcupines are a rare and fascinating sight. Their unique coloration is usually due to a genetic condition, which reduces pigmentation in their fur and quills. Essentially, porcupine quills are harvested for two main reasons. Some cultures use them medicinally, while artisans value them for crafting jewelry and decorative items. Feeding porcupines is a straightforward, yet important task, as their diet is surprisingly diverse. These animals enjoy a mix of vegetables, tubers, and fruits, making their meals both nutritious and varied. Farmers typically provide leafy greens, sweet potatoes, carrots, bananas, sugarcane, and even coconuts. Since porcupines are nocturnal feeders, they are usually given food in the evening, ensuring they have plenty to eat throughout the night. Porcupines can be quite protective of their food, often showing territorial behavior when eating. When given their meals, they may guard their portion aggressively, using growls or quick movements to warn others to stay away. Porcupine mating usually happens at night, and after a gestation of around 3 to 4 months, the female gives birth to a small litter. After giving birth, mother porcupines exhibit strong maternal instincts. One fascinating behavior is that they often eat the placenta after birth. This helps them regain nutrients and keeps the nesting area clean. For the first few weeks, baby porcupines, also called porcupets, stay close to their mother, feeding on her milk and gradually transitioning to solid food. As they grow, farmers monitor their development, and when they are big enough and independent, they are moved to separate enclosures. With a farm of around 50 breeding pairs, each producing 2 litters per year with 2 to 3 offspring per litter, farmers can expect an annual yield of approximately 200 porcupines for sale. When it's time for harvesting, farmers use large mesh nets to carefully guide the porcupines into sturdy metal cages or enclosures. This process requires patience and skill, as porcupines can be quite defensive when handled. Once secured, the cages are gathered in one place, ensuring the porcupines are safely contained and ready for transportation or further processing. After slaughter, quills are removed using methods like singeing over an open flame, blow-torching, soaking in hot water, or using pliers for manual extraction. Porcupine meat is a delicacy in parts of Africa, Asia, and Europe, valued for its protein-rich taste, resembling a mix of pork and beef. It's ideal for slow-cooked dishes like stews or stir-fried. Ever wondered how the U.S. military manages to feed 10,000 soldiers every single day across Navy ships, Army bases, and Air Force academies? It's a massive operation fueled by precision, passion, and incredible teamwork. From hearty comfort foods to diverse, nutritious meals tailored for every branch, military chefs work around the clock to keep our troops energized and ready. In this video, we'll take you behind the scenes to reveal the surprising facts, jaw-dropping numbers, and the dedication that goes into preparing these massive meals, proving that military kitchens are anything but ordinary. Did you know that during World War II, the U.S. Army wasn't just battling enemies, they were also fighting hunger with science and creativity? Back then, feeding millions of soldiers across the globe was a massive challenge. Soldiers in the field often had to get creative with their meals in the forest, miles from a mess hall, and dinner has to happen fast. What do? You pull out your knife, maybe a tin of meat, a handful of veggies, and you cook right on the ground. That's field cooking, military style. No fancy equipment, no kitchen. That's where the Quartermaster Corps came in. These folks weren't just packing rations, they were designing full-blown nutrition plans based on cutting-edge science of the time. To make sure soldiers got all the vitamins they needed, the Army started baking bread with special vitamin-enriched flour. Army cooks followed menus created by top nutritionists in Washington. The Army bought massive amounts of fruits, vegetables, milk, eggs, and nearly a pound of meat per soldier every day. When soldiers were far from any kitchen, they carried their own meals, called emergency rations or MRE. These small packages held meat, soup, coffee, candy, and more. They were light enough to carry, but packed with energy. For paratroopers and fast-moving troops, the Army created something even smaller, the famous K-ration. It held a full day's food in a tiny box that weighed only 2 pounds and tested to work in every climate. Behind every wartime meal was a story of science, strategy, and a lot of ingenuity. Because in the Army, good food wasn't just fuel, it was part of the fight. Not only in the past, the U.S. is still very interested in the nutritional regime in the armed forces. The United States, with a spending of $916 billion in 2023, is the country that invests the most money in the military. This money is not only used to invest in buying weapons and equipment, but also in logistics to ensure that soldiers are always well fed. So, how does the process of preparing and serving meals in the U.S. military take place? Let's find out. Mobile field kitchens are a game changer when it comes to feeding troops and emergency teams in the field. These portable cooking units are commonly used by military forces, disaster relief operations, peacekeeping missions, and even humanitarian aid groups. Basically, anywhere you need hot, nutritious meals in tough conditions. There are two main types: tent-based mobile field kitchens and containerized kitchens. The tent-based version is especially flexible. It's quick to set up, lightweight, and easy to transport by truck or helicopter. Military kitchens operate on a massive scale, serving thousands of soldiers every single day. In military academies, for example, the average attendance can exceed 4,000 cadets, meaning the total number of daily meals can easily reach 10,000, and in some cases, even up to 13,000. But it's not just about quantity. Soldiers are expected to follow strict nutritional standards, eating all their meals, avoiding sugary snacks and sodas, and staying hydrated. In the military, nutrition is part of the mission. It supports morale, boosts immunity, and keeps every soldier in peak physical and mental condition. Containerized kitchens are the more advanced, compact version of mobile field kitchens, basically full-service kitchens packed inside sturdy shipping containers. One of their biggest advantages is quick deployment. They can be transported by truck, train, or aircraft and set up almost anywhere, making them ideal for long-term missions, remote bases, or disaster relief zones. At military bases and academies, the facilities are far more stable and expansive compared to makeshift field kitchens. To kick off a new day, the logistics team rises incredibly early, usually around 2 a.m., to unload fresh supplies from the transport trucks, carefully inspecting every item as it's brought inside. Once everything is in place, they prepare the kitchen and pots, making sure all equipment is clean and ready for use. Then gather for a briefing to assign each group their specific stations in the kitchen, whether it's the grill, prep tables, or plating area. With roles clear, the skilled chefs jump into action, expertly chopping, slicing, and prepping ingredients with precision and speed. The soldiers serving in these military kitchens aren't just volunteers. They're all certified professionals who have gone through rigorous culinary training programs. Before stepping into the kitchen, they've completed specialized cooking courses and undergone countless practice drills to perfect their skills under pressure. This isn't your home kitchen. The military kitchen is a highly disciplined and orderly environment. It operates with precision and strict standards that leave no room for mistakes. In the military forces of developed countries like the United States, Canada, and many European nations, nutrition is treated as a critical part of operational readiness. Every calorie counts, literally. A single soldier can burn anywhere from 3,000 to 4,500 calories per day, depending on climate, terrain, and mission intensity. Both U.S. and Canadian bases often follow a 14-day meal cycle, offering a diverse, balanced menu that's scientifically designed not only to fuel performance, but also to keep soldiers satisfied and prevent menu fatigue. Just minutes away from mealtime, the Army kitchen buzzes with focused energy. The final touches are in full swing, checking every dish for perfection, neatly arranging food on trays, sprinkling the right amount of seasoning, and adding fresh herbs for that extra flavor punch. Sweet pastries and fresh fruit are carefully placed for dessert, while sauces are filled into their containers and set out on racks and shelves. Cutlery and utensils are lined up and ready to go. Everything is coming together smoothly. And with that, the kitchen is officially set, ready to fuel the troops. Once the logistics soldiers finish preparing the meals, it's go time. A loud command or signal rings out, and the rest of the troops quickly gather. Roll call is taken to ensure everyone is present. Then the line starts to move toward the designated dining facility. In some military dining setups, the cafeteria model is used with a serving line and a salad bar, where troops move through efficiently. In other cases, a family-style approach is preferred. Food is brought directly to each company's table, and the soldiers serve themselves. But no matter the method, one rule stays the same. Everyone eats together at the same time, within a strict time window. Soldiers usually have just 15 to 20 minutes to eat, and the entire meal service must be executed in mere moments. Take the U.S. Naval Academy, for example. There, over 4,400 cadets are served in less than 5 minutes. That means nearly 900 meals are handed out every single minute. It's a high-pressure operation where the kitchen staff has to function like a finely tuned machine. No delays, no confusion. But do troops get tired of eating the same meals over and over again? Absolutely. That's why the dining facility at Ellsworth Air Force Base stands out. Instead of sticking to the standard 14-day meal cycle most bases follow, Ellsworth is part of the Food Transformation Initiative, FTI, which offers a fresher, more flexible approach to military dining. Here, troops can choose from a variety of the You Choose stations. On special holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, the usual military routine takes a festive turn. The dining facility transforms into a place of celebration, and the menu gets a major upgrade. It's not just a meal, it's a true feast for the troops. Instead of standard rations, soldiers are treated to a spread of traditional holiday favorites: roasted turkey with stuffing, honey-glazed ham, mashed potatoes with gravy, green bean casserole, cranberry sauce, freshly baked rolls, and more. What makes it even more special is the atmosphere. The mess hall is often decorated with holiday lights, banners, and themed centerpieces. Officers and senior leaders sometimes serve the food as a gesture of appreciation. Adding to the cheer, many members of the logistics and kitchen staff wear Santa hats while serving the meals. After everyone finishes their meal, the work for the logistics and kitchen crew is far from over. The team jumps straight into cleanup mode. Used mess kits and trays are gathered and sorted, cooking equipment is scrubbed down, and all utensils are thoroughly washed. And that's how military cooks prepare food on a massive scale. I hope that through this video, you've gained a deeper respect for the logistics force behind the scenes. These are the men and women who wake up at 2 a.m., often don't rest until 9 p.m., work through sweltering heat in the kitchen, and carry the enormous responsibility of keeping troops well-fed and mission-ready across the world. Their dedication is incredible,